This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, double check you're still subscribed to the channel. Double check your notifications are on, and if you hit that like button, double check it's working properly, because you know these bad actors are working overtime to suppress the channel because they're terrified of more people becoming aware of all the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Guys, listen, everywhere, everywhere on this planet, they take market manipulation, naked short, and spoofing, and all these other negative things about the market very, very seriously. Okay? The only country on the planet where you can get away with this with impunity is in the United States of America. If you are a one percenter and you engage in market manipulation, you engage in fraud, you engage in spoofing, you engage in washing, you might get a fine. And that fine is usually 5 or 10 years after you engage in the corruption. And the fine is usually a small percentage of what you made from the questionable or criminal activity. That's the bottom line. That is the modus operandi in the United States of America. The SEC, the DOJ, the FBI, they sit on the sidelines while major fraud and corruption goes on in the United States stock market. And the bad actors, they don't try to hide it. They do it in broad daylight because they know there will be no real consequences for their actions. They do it every day. We see it in the dog pools. We see it in the fear to the livers. We see it in the spoofing. We see it in the washing. And the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI practice willful blindness. In South Korea, they don't play those games. They don't play those games. In India, they don't play those games. In Japan, they don't play those games. In China, they don't play those games. In South Korea, they locked up the ex-president and they locked up his wife. And they charged her with manipulation. And not only did they lock her up, they didn't give her a bail. And she is still currently incarcerated for manipulating markets when it comes to a Dutch automotive deal that they somehow took bribes and payments. And it's not even exactly what she did. The fact is, in South Korea, no one is above the law. If you engage in market manipulation in South Korea, they are locking you up, they're putting you in jail, and you're not getting a bail. There are harsh consequences for market manipulation in South Korea. And everybody knows it. And let me ask you guys the questions. If you are considering engaging in market manipulation in South Korea, and you see that they don't have a problem locking up the ex-first lady, do you think that acts as a deterrent to possibly future market manipulators, future market fraudsters? Of course it does. Because when they're thinking about engaging in some type of manipulation, they're thinking they locked up the former first lady. If they catch me, I might never see the streets again. Guys, why do you think all these criminals, look at USB, they want to come to the United States of America. They want to leave Switzerland. You know why? Because the nonsense they could get away with here, they can't get away with in Switzerland. All the financial criminals are trying to relocate to the United States of America because they know in the USA they can rob and steal with impunity as long as they limit their victims or majority of their victims to retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. That's really the bottom line. Now, if they engage in fraud and other 1%ers lose money, then the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI, they will step in and start asking questions. But if they're just robbing from the 99%, nobody seems